Good afternoon. In this video, we're going to go over this week's options watch list. Before I get into the watch list video in the room, you can find the link in the description of the video and in my bio section of social media accounts. Also, please like the video and subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Now, with that said, got a full week of trading this week, our first full week of 2025. Looking at the put to call ratio right now, the put to call ratio is very low. It's 0.45, so we have a lot of calls out there. Not very extreme, but it's pretty low. So just to keep an eye on that. We could end up having a green day tomorrow and a red day on Tuesday or something, or we could gap up. I say tomorrow. We could gap up on Sunday night and gap up Monday and just sell off on Monday, or we just have a green day on Monday and sell off on Tuesday. I don't know. I expect that the put to call ratio will need to come down. Now, looking at the economic calendar for the week, Monday the 6th, get a Fed speaker at 9:30 right at opening. Nothing else. Tuesday we got ISM services at 10 o'clock, and we have the JOLTS job openings at 10 o'clock. So that's all we have is just JOLTS at 10 on Tuesday. Wednesday we have unemployment claims at 8:30. 1 year, 10-year bond auction at 1 o'clock. We haven't been getting much movement. We used to get massive movements with the bond auctions, but lately we haven't gotten nothing. But I'm just going to mention just in case. Then at 2 o'clock, we have the FOMC minutes, which means there's no Powell. It's just FOMC. To me, I think they're my favorite because you can get at the money SPX for like $5, or roughly around $5, and SPY just moves $1 in either direction, they'll double. So I definitely love FOMC on with no Powell. They're definitely cheaper and funner to play, better to play. Thursday, don't see anything. We have 30-year bond auction at 1 o'clock. Who knows if we'll get any movement. I'm just going to mention it. Then we have on Friday non-farm employment change, hourly earnings, and unemployment rate at 8:30. So nothing too much going on this week except for FOMC, which is, like I said, the minutes. Now, as far as SPY, we have SPY up. SPY had a green day on Friday. It's kind of bought up this 580 area. Now, put to call ratio, like I said, is low, so everyone's on the call side. We could push and gap up and close that gap at 600 before we come down, but we're in a flag. We're still in a bear flag. It's still making lower highs right here. Lower high. It depends on where it goes. But even if it hits 600, still a lower high, we could end up dropping below this 585 area and just get down to 575. We have yet to fill this gap because it's 576 is the gap, and we never even come close to it. So tried this time, but I thought for sure we were going to come and finish it, but we didn't. So but like I said, we have a gap up here. Oh yeah, up here to fill, and we haven't filled it yet. So we could see 601, then we could end up dropping down and filling this gap down here. So we'll have to see what ends up happening this week. I'm not going to try to predict the future because I don't know what's going to happen. We'll just take it day by day and how the morning looks, and we'll just go from there. Plus, there's so many things going on in the next couple of weeks. A lot of violence is picking up, and Trump's inauguration, Biden doing a bunch of stupid, crazy stuff. So we'll look at VIX. So we'll just take it day by day and try not to do anything too stupid now. VIX has got a gap down here to fill below 15, down to 1470. The floor seems to be right around the 12 and 11 area on VIX. So if SPY does manage to get to 600, I mean, VIX could get crushed and get underneath 14, 15, even 14 in a day, because they can definitely lose. We started at 17. Yeah, lost $1 right there. VIX can get crushed very easily, get down to the 15 area on VIX. So VIX can, like I said, can get down to 12 or 13, even 11. So definitely keep an eye on that. Let's see if that ends up getting crushed or not. But VIX, I mean, VIX has trouble getting over 23. But yeah, I did this day a couple weeks ago. So I'm not quite sure what that was about. I don't remember. I really remember yesterday. But VIX, well, like I said, VIX would probably end up getting dumped on. Then it will probably pop. One thing I want to point out though is I saw Apple, and I hate trading Apple because it just doesn't move. You get this trend line right here. This trend line goes back a very, very long ways. I'm sure if I go out, I could probably go out 10 years and you can see the trend line. Okay, trend line is back here from 2020, and it just is support. Then it ends up being resistance, and it could pop through resistance and resistance. Now it's becoming support right here. It held above it right here, got bought, and it got bought again. You can see on the hourly it's just chopping around it. So I would watch for a bounce on Apple. It gets up at 244. It's probably going to push to 250. Now, if it does manage to lose all this congested area, I'd watch it underneath 242. And if it loses that, it probably gets back into this channel of 235 to 220. So watch for Apple to go to either side. Either side is going to have a strong move, I think. Just so keep an eye on that. Amazon, remember also earnings is going to be coming up in the next month, so we could end up seeing earnings on that. Now we have a weekly flag on Amazon. Amazon could end up getting some hype because of the Christmas sales being strong, and get a little pre-earnings hype going on. So definitely keep an eye on it over 225 for push to 230, even 235, even 240 if it breaks new high a day, all-time high, I mean. So could see a push on that. But if for some reason, if the market dumps, I mean, might be worth watching underneath 222 for push to 220. Then if it gets underneath 220, I get a gap fill down here at 215. So definitely keep an eye on Amazon. Amazon is flagging, like I said. So BA had a bunch of things happen last week with some crashes and stuff and malfunctions. The hourly is, I mean, it's trying to hold the 170 area, but if it gets underneath the move around down to say 169, 169.50, or gets underneath that, it's probably going to shoot down to, let's see, 165, 160. Basically every $5, 155, 150. I mean, the channel, not the top of the channel, but this area right here is 160, so it can come back down to this 160 area right here. I was thinking of this channel is what I was thinking of, but yeah, it just was pushing down, and it finally popped, and we'll have to see if it has more downside or not. I'm not quite sure if it will continue going down, but it does look like it is making lower highs on the hourly, and it's just flattening out at the 170 area. I think that it will end up probably losing it on that. So Disney is one. I don't usually look at Disney, but the one thing I'm looking at Disney right here is got a massive gap fill right here. So I would watch it underneath 110. And it gets underneath 110. Watch for the gap support around 108. And it does lose 108. We got some room down to 104, 103 to fill that gap on Disney. So definitely keep an eye on Disney. Microsoft. So now I'm kind of looking at like possibly bouncing right here. You can see the channel right here on the weekly. It's got a head and shoulders, the left head and right shoulder. It has not yet broken the 405 area or even the 400 area, considering where you want to draw the neckline. I'd say the neckline right about now is around probably 410 to 405 area, but it's not down there yet. But it could stay in this range still and just bounce, get back in the range, and just get stuck in between that 410 and 430 area. So it could possibly bounce. So I'd watch it over 425 for push to 430, 435, even 440. We got a gap to fill right here at 440. So, but also keep in mind, get a head and shoulders on the weekly, but I don't think that's gonna fill unless we have something happens and we have a really just starts diving and the market starts bleeding. So I'll have to see about that. NVIDIA had a strong day on Friday, then Thursday. So I would watch it over Friday's high, 145. It gets over 145, probably pushing to 150. It gets over 150. It's probably going to retest all-time high, and when NVIDIA gets to all-time high, it just likes to push. So if it gets to all-time high, we're probably going to push to 160 on NVIDIA. So keep an eye on that too. So that's going to do it for the watch list. Really not too much to watch except for some gap fills here and there, and where the market's going to go is kind of uncertain. At some point, we're going to have a bloody month, whether it's January or February. I think that once Trump gets inaugurated and it's actually official, Powell and Yellen could just dump everything on the market and just let the market just take a massive crap. It's just been propped up for so long on just bogus manipulation that they could just let it go, and we could see SPY under 500. What is SPY at now? Under 500. I think it might be a little extreme. Yeah, I mean, no, 500, definitely 550. 500 I would be very, very extreme, but I could definitely see 550, 560, 550 if they really let it go. We'll have to see what happens, but that's like a month out, so we're not going to look that far ahead. We're just going to take it one week at a time. So actually 1 day at a time. But yeah, I'm rambling. Anyways, that's it. Thanks for watching.